it's Morgan.
And it's me, Zane.
And we're here in the Teen Makerspace. And this week for your de-stress craft, we're going to be showing you guys how to make some stained glass snowflakes.
Looks pretty sweet.
Ooh, pretty. All right, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Hey guys, so in this week's craft bag, you should have some toothpicks. I think you guys have about 5 each here. You should have some glitter glue, and you should have a bunch of different colors in yours. I think 5 or 6 different colors. You should have a big snowflake and then a little snowflake. And then also grab your parchment paper and permanent marker. There's always a lot of stuff. So first thing you're going to do is make sure your snowflake is flat, because in your bags it'll kind of come like rounded, so you might want to just like lay it and like press a book on it like overnight or something. That's just how it's got to be. Same thing with your parchment paper. You're going to want to make sure it's flat. I would just go ahead and tape the corners down. Like I tape the corners and then some of the sides here like so. And then you're going to want to make sure your parchment paper, the shiny side, is facing up to work off of. So make sure you do that. And then your snowflake also has 2 different sides. One is shiny and then one is like more papery finish. And we're going to work on the papery side because our permanent markers will work better like to soak up the like pigment of the marker. And then the shiny sides kind of wants to like repel it. So as you can see, I have a lot of this already done here. This is the only part that I don't have colored in black yet, because this part takes a little bit of time. So I suggest just turning on your favorite show or some music and just sitting here and coloring.
Get some sort of background noise going.
Yeah, definitely. We put some music on while we did that earlier, but I went ahead and already colored most of it in, so you weren't watching like me coloring for a really long time. But oh, I grabbed the crappy one. Of course I did. Okay.
You can just cut that part out.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and use the rest of they're not Sharpies, but permanent markers to color in the rest of this here. So I found it easier to maybe go in like some circular motions and also kind of like hold it like flat. So you're not like holding it like this, because you can see it's like really small little lines. But if you hold it to the side, you get a little bit thicker line, so it doesn't take as long. But I'm just gonna go ahead and fill the rest of this in, and you guys can follow along and see my process. Okay, so I went ahead and have this all colored in. So now I'm going to go ahead and tape it down in the corners here. So, and flip it over, because that's going to be the next part. So flip it over and then line it up, and then you're going to want to tape some of these down. Here's Zane, where's the rest of that? Let me see that cute little otter.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, we got an otter tape dispenser here. So I'm going to just tape some of the corners down, because we don't really want it to puff up. So I'm going to tape some like here. We just don't want to tape it where we're going to fill it in, like inside of here. But we want to tape it like around, like I would maybe tape each like big part down this. And then maybe even some of the like little corners right there. That's looking good. We just do not want this to move at all. But you can also like glue it down too, like just like a little bit. But I think tape works better anyway. And then you also have a tiny one, which I already went and colored black here. So you can also tape that down and do the exact same thing. So I probably will do that too. And then I'll have a tiny little snowflake. Okay. Now I'm gonna get these out here and get started. Okay, so after you have everything taped down here, I'm gonna go ahead and get my toothpicks out because that's going to be kind of how we like move some things around. I'm gonna get started with this. So with these, if you try to like twist your little caps off, you might see that the whole entire like thing comes off, like the little nozzle. So you're gonna want to make sure that's on there. So just twist it back on and just pull these off like pretty hard. Don't squeeze because it'll come out like Zane just said, like you're doing icing on a cake or something. But we're just going to make, I don't know, like, yeah, pretend you're decorating a cake. I think that's a good example. So we're just gonna take our glitter glue pens and go around the shapes here. And it can be kind of thick. You don't want it to be super, super thick.
But you do want to like give it like a good amount.
Yeah, because a lot of it will dry out. And also put a little bit like around the paper, because when you pull it up, it'll have something to cling to and it won't just pop directly out.
That would be awful.
Yeah, not good after you worked really hard on that. So I'm going to work from the top down, so I'm not like,
that probably would have been a good idea.
I'm sorry, so I actually probably said that before you started working
He's
on
got good ideas, Morgan.
I know, sorry. Well, maybe I went to art school or something. That's probably it. Okay, I'm going to keep using my blue here. I'm going to do each of these diamond shapes blue. I just think this is pretty. Okay guys, so I'm almost done here, but there's some pieces that since I have like extra, and I only used like this much, so I didn't even need any of that. I only used like these 4 colors and I didn't even run out at all. But since I have a little bit extra blue in here, I'm gonna go back over top some of these and just fill it in to make it a little bit thicker. Just because I think that'll help keep it solid later. So then I'm gonna take my toothpick and really make it flat and even. And still wiping some extra off to the side here. Guys, so I have one little one over here that I'm gonna finish up on. So I'm gonna take my different colored pink, it's kind of more purpley, and I'm gonna fill this one in over here. So I'm gonna do one side, one little area, and this one I can just really glob on. I'm gonna do every other one a different color. Okay guys, so I know this looks like really crazy from when I last left this off, but we had some issues with it trying to like peel up. I think just because of the glue, when it gets wet on the paper, it just kind of wants to like raise up a little bit. So I put like some paint, like heavy paint down, and just like some bottles just to like keep it really pushed to the wax paper, parchment paper that you guys have. But I'm gonna take all of this stuff off and then I'm gonna slowly peel it up. So I'm gonna start with like the baby one over here actually. So the baby one turned out great. The other one we might have some issues with, but it is what it is. I actually had to, after it dried, there was like a few holes in mine just because of the glue drying. So with the extra that I still had, I just went over and like layered it up more and then let it dry for another like full night, about 24 hours. And we left this over the weekend, so ours got to dry for like 3 days. But as you can see, almost, hold on, this one turned out really, really cute. So, and you can put that up against the window and have like the light shine through. It'll be really nice. So that's how that turned out. But now we gotta peel this one up. Be really careful when you're doing this. Just start from the outside first. So I'm gonna go and peel up all of my like big guys here. There you go.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this one turned out really nice. Oh, I got a little piece of tape here, somehow it snuck under. Alright. Now I think we're done. Okay. So this is how mine turned out. I definitely like how this turned out. It's a long process kind of, but if you do it right and take your time, I think you can have like really nice results. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and you weren't too frustrated, but if you were, at least you got to play with some nice glitter glue and had an interesting time.
Oh yeah.
Alright guys, we'll see you again next week.
See you guys.